Today I'll be showing you how to make German Buraks. First you take the ingredients is 2 cups of warm water, 2 packages of dry yeast, 1/4 cup sugar, right here, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1 egg, and a 1/4 cup of softened butter, and 4 cups of flour. Shall be. Alright. First, take 2 packages of dry yeast, dump them into the warm water, let them dissolve a little bit, and maybe mix it. Then mix together the sugar. Should I put that in there? Then you take margarine, and then you take 1 egg, and then take mix around 4 cups of 1 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then you take 4 cups of flour, right there, and alright, and then take this and mix it. And then you dump it in. And then that's pretty much how you make the dough. Alright, after you're done, it'll look like this, and you'll put some flour on the surface and start pounding it around like this, and keep on doing that for a while until it is spongy. And then just keep on tossing it so it doesn't stick to the table, and when you need some powder, just take some, put it on the flat surface, and keep on doing that for a while. Okay, after you're done playing with it, put it into the bowl and let it sit to chill.
To make the meat filling, what you're going to need 1.5 pounds of ground beef. You're going to need 1/2 cup of onions. We got an onion and diced it previously. You're going to need 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And you're going to need 1.5 teaspoons of salt. After you've got all your ingredients, what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to take a pan, put it on the stove, set the stove to around medium or a little bit higher of a temperature. You're going to take your ground beef, just plop it right down in there. Make sure you dispose of that good. You're going to want to break it apart. What you're going to want to, you want to cook it until it gets a little bit brown. Mash it up, break it apart. Have your other ingredients ready with you. After you're done breaking it apart, you're going to want to add those in. It doesn't have to be too perfectly broken up, just not in one big heap of meat. Alright, so I'm going to take my other ingredients. I'm going to take my pepper. I'm just going to dump it in. Throw that in the garbage. I'm going to take my salt and dump that in as well, just sprinkle it around. And then I am going to take the onions and evenly spread them around. Or maybe just dump it in one big heap. Set that all over there. And then I'm just going to mix it together. And you're going to want to let the meat get to a brownish color. And then once that happens, you're going to want to cover it and turn the heat to low and let it cook slowly and stir it occasionally. When it's brown like this, then you want to turn the heat down and put the cover on. And you want to stir occasionally, like every 2 to 3 minutes. After the meat is done, what you're going to want to do is you want to take the dough and roll it out into a thin sheet and cut 5-inch by 5-inch squares.
Okay.
After you're done cutting your squares, take a tablespoon of meat and put it directly in the middle of your square. Then, take 2 squares and put one on the top and pinch it shut. Place it on a lightly greased cookie sheet and repeat as many times as possible. That's it.
Okay, we preheated the oven to 300 degrees while we were cutting out squares. This is how it looks. Leave it in there for about 20 to 30 minutes. And just let it sit there and cook.
After they are done cooking, they should look somewhat like this. A nice golden brown color. And you just let them cool and they're ready to eat.